Hi. Today I want to talk about contextual learning using flashcards or Anki or other sort of spaced repetition. Now, a lot of times you get spaced repetition and you're just learning the word and you're not really learning the word in context. Now, some of the advantages of learning the words in context is you get a clearer and more accurate understanding of how the words are used in an actual situation. And the different meanings that a word can have, different nuances. You can also associate words with other words that you may already know. And of course, this helps with idioms and figurative language as well. Now, to learn languages or vocabulary in context, you need to look at the various words. The nuanced meaning is words that can have multiple meanings, and the specific sentence is determined by the surrounding words. Word association allows you to build on other words that you have and create an association between them. Words often come as pairs or together with other words known as collocations. And you can learn these along with some idioms in a natural sort of way. But if you're looking at each word individually, you don't get these sort of things. Also figurative language like, a storm of emotions, etc. You don't get these types of meanings if you're just looking at the word in isolation. So it always helps to get the word in context. Now, let's look at the word run. So on its own, run can refer to the physical action of moving. And typically, if you were going to have this on a flashcard, that would be the definition of the word that you would put. But, it can take on nuanced meanings. I like to run in the park. The company is planning to run a marketing campaign, or she decided to run for political office. So the physical activity is in the first one, but in the others, it's a different sort of nuanced meaning. And so if you use the sentences rather than the individual word to get the context, it's very helpful for you. So, learning vocabulary in context helps you understand real-life situations. It also helps you create long-term associations, linking the words to other words, or stories, or visual images, like running in the park, etc. It helps you acquire vocabulary like you would use it in a conversation, or read in a book, or find in some other way. And it supports not only vocabulary, but also grammar and expressions, etc. Because you're seeing the word used in a grammatically correct sentence. It'll help you, support and understand your grammar. So how do you do this? Well, reading is an obvious way of doing this. So reading is just a time-honored way of learning things in context. Now, you might not read much, you might not like it, but it's extremely useful. Certainly in the beginning stages of a language learning, it's difficult, it's really hard because you don't understand enough to actually read, swiftly. But as you practice, you'll get better at it. Now, there's a thing called learning with text, which I did a video about, which you can, I'll put a link, and you can install that, and it's an electronic copy, and it remembers the words that you remember, and it also gives you sort of tips to what the word is. You can listen to podcasts, audiobooks, etc., in order to hear the language, and you should sort of mine for sentences that help you get correct sentences with correct grammar. And then you can also create contextual exercises. In Anki, you might do this with what they call closed deletion exercises. and I've made a couple videos about that, so I'll put a link on for those as well. Now, there are many challenges when you're learning vocabulary, and some of the most difficult is ambiguity, because sometimes the word might not be as straightforward as you think, especially words that aren't concrete nouns. You know, if it's describing a feeling or something like that, then it's not as easily understood or easily defined. And so seeing it in a sentence, seeing it in context definitely helps. Idioms are always going to be tricky, but you do need to understand them because native speakers use them. So you do need to understand when somebody is speaking to you and using an idiom. So, I mean, that's it for today. It's a really fast, just a quick exploration of why you want to learn vocabulary in context and why you should try and do it in context. So if you like this sort of video, let me know in the comments, and like and subscribe if you can, and let other people know about the channel if you enjoy it, and hopefully I can help to spread the word about technology and language learning and using them both. So thank you very much, and I will see you again later.